The Animal Planet has a show that's doing really well. It has more than 1 million viewers each time they air an episode. It's called Call of the Wildman. And basically the whole premise of the show is there is a man who goes to different homes where they have animals that are a nuisance. So for instance, there was one episode referred to as Baby Mama Drama, where a raccoon was hiding underneath a home. So the main character of this reality show was called to the scene, and what he does is he finds a way to trap the raccoon with his bare hands. But in the process of doing that, he actually discovered that the raccoon had babies. And why people like to watch this show, I'll never really understand, but Mother Jones actually decided to do an investigation into the production of this show because 3 of the baby raccoons had to be taken to the Kentucky Wildlife Center. They were so malnourished and in such bad condition that they almost did not survive. In fact, only 2 of those raccoons survived. So Mother Jones did do this investigation, and they came up with some pretty terrible information. It was a 7-month Mother Jones investigation, which drew on internal documents, interviews with 8 people involved with the show's production, and government records, and it revealed evidence of a culture that tolerated legally and ethically dubious activities, including using an animal that had been drugged with sedatives in violation of federal rules, directing trappers to procure wild animals, which were then caught again as part of a script, and wrongfully filling out legal documents detailing the crew's wildlife activities for Kentucky officials. So this is definitely problematic because, you know, first of all, they found out that the show was completely scripted. It was not reality in any way, and you know, we already know that reality shows are usually fake, but what they do is they go out into the wild, they capture animals, and then they use them for the show. And they pretend as if those animals were a nuisance to begin with, and then they treat the animals poorly. And in some cases, they come near death, right? And they drug the animals as well, which is not legal.
Right.
So what do you think about this, Jimmy?
And that raccoon in that story, by the way, was separate. They did a thing where they found the raccoon in the house. Mm-hmm. And, oh, we got a mother. It doesn't have rabies. It has babies, right? It's a mother. Well, it turned out it wasn't even a mother raccoon. They had separated the babies from the mother. And that's why those baby raccoons almost died. And they were warned to not do that. Don't separate them from their mother because they're going to die.
In fact,
and they did it anyway, and they told the woman who was telling them that you can come take care of these raccoon babies, but on the condition you go along with this filming, and she wouldn't go along with it, and so go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of incredible. 3 sources also involved with the show confirmed that producers typically procure animals from farms or trappers and put them in fake rescue situations on sets tailored to specification. So it's scary to know that they can go out, capture animals, and then put them in a situation where they're going to die just for entertainment value. And of course, they're not torturing animals on camera for entertainment value, but the entire show is completely fake, and they're harming animals in the process of selling you this show as reality. And it's also kind of interesting to see that so many people watch this show. You know, the character goes in there. I call him a character because that's essentially what he is. You know, he goes in there and he says, oh, this is completely real. I capture these animals with my bare hands. But no, you're literally following a script. In some of the episodes, they have a script for him.
Yeah, you know what's cool? Gloves. Use gloves. You don't need to do it with your bare hands. Look, I don't watch the show. I like that Mother Jones is willing to do this investigation because just with investigating this one show, they have done more investigative journalism than all of the mainstream media put together, which is cool. And I like also that people care, at least it seems in the media, that they care about animals to some extent. They care about the raccoons in this case. In Blackfish, they care, you know, about the whales. Maybe that's spreading. I don't know. It's hard to say because they also like to watch a show where animals are degraded in some ways. But yeah, the fakeness of it does bother me, and I think that that's what's undergirding you wanting to talk about the story, right? Is how artificial it is at the end of the day.
It's artificial. I mean, of course, that's one of the issues that I have with it, but my greater issue is the idea of relocating animals that were not previously a nuisance, making them a fake nuisance for your show, and then treating them so poorly that they come close to being, you know, killed.
Yeah.
So I have a huge issue with that. And look, we know that a lot of reality shows are scripted, like those shows where couples go looking for a home, for instance. They've already purchased a home, and they go into.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
God
They've already bought.
Damn it!
I know, I love that show too.
Yeah.
I was a little
House
upset
Hunters?
about that. House Hunters.
What about
Sometimes-
Love It or List It? Have they already decided if they're going to love it or list it before the show?
They've already decided,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it was
'Cause
on the list, and now it's not on anymore.
Because I've lost a lot of money betting on that show. And if I find out that isn't real, I'll be pissed off.
Wait, the Hollywood Hillbillies, are they actually hillbillies?
What about
I love
hillbilly
these
hand
shows.
fishing? How about hillbilly
that
hand?
real too?
Do they really? Do they do
Look,
that?
Punkin Chunkin, did you read about that?
I did. But wait, before we get into that though, I can't believe people watch that kind of television.
That actually
But-
sounds kind of entertaining.
But here's the reason why reality shows are scripted and everything is set up. Because reality isn't that interesting, right? So someone who goes home to home dealing with nuisance animals is not like some colorful character who's like having a blast and we all want to sit around and watch what he's doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe there's a possibility that some of them are like that. But I think everything is made up, everything is dramatized, everything is supposed to be more salacious and loud than it really is. And look, I don't care about that. I don't care if the reality shows are fake, but I care if people or animals get hurt in the process of filming your fake bullshit.
Yeah.
So Data Gould, who's a very funny comedian, makes the point about reality television that they're not supposed to be scripted. We find out they are scripted, but they don't have any writers working for them. They just have these producers, and so basically what we have is a drama written by people who aren't writers and acted by people who aren't actors.
Exactly.
And now we're all watching it for entertainment. Can we just go back to fucking regular shows again with dramas and people with professional writers, professional producers, and professional actors? Can we just do that already? Because these people are all shitty actors, is what turning out to be. This is reality TV, which isn't real. I mean, I was on a couple of reality shows. I was on Last Comic Standing twice, and there couldn't be less reality. Yes.
That's cool.
Couldn't be less reality. And the reason, it was very clear that the way to get ahead on Last Comic Standing was to be a maniac or say something shitty about the other comedians.
Right.
If you said something shitty about somebody on stage, give me a camera, get it right around. What did you say? Say it again. I saw that happen.
Right.
And then that person got pushed forward to the next week. So that's what reality TV is all about. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why they continue to produce shows like this is because they do really, really well. I just want to give quick numbers, and then John, I want you to jump in. So apparently, when the episode about the raccoon cubs, Baby Mama Drama, aired in July of 2012, it pulled in 1.6 million viewers to become the show's highest rating episode up to that point. So that's the reason why they continue doing this. Like, look, the Real Housewives of whichever city they're covering for that particular season, those shows do really well. Bravo, I mean, that's their bread and butter, right? So I don't know, should we be criticizing the production companies that come up with these ideas, or should we be criticizing what we want to consume as Americans? And I am not above it. I consume shitty reality TV time to time as well. But look, if you know that there are illegal, unethical, or harmful practices in the making of that show, you need to hold those producers accountable.
Yeah. So you brought up, should we be mad at the production company or the people? We're on every night. I think we can be mad at both of them, actually. We have time. I have, and so I watch Married with Children. I don't even watch shitty new TV. I watch
But
shitty
that
old
was a
TV.
great
So
program.
it was a good show. So I'm not gonna criticize people for watching that necessarily. But people were worried when reality TV started to spread a lot that, oh shit, TV is being ruined. But they were wrong, because even though those shows are more common than they ever were, at the same time, dramatic TV shows, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, stuff like that, The Wire, are better than TV shows of 20 or 30 years ago. So there is good stuff out there if you look.